In this lesson, you'll learn about broadcast receiver classes and objects. Broadcast receivers are one of the 4 Android components, along with activities, services, and content providers. The process of sending, managing, and receiving broadcasts works like this. Broadcasts can be sent by either the Android operating system or user applications. There's a series of different send broadcast methods used for different types of broadcast circumstances. So if I click on the link below to the send broadcast methods, we see the first in a series of send broadcast methods. The first is the most basic and uses the intent as a parameter. Now, this is followed by a lot of variations, which are built on a number of alternative choices. Some of the variations are shown here as user, ordered, sticky, and receiver permission. The receiver permission is implemented through the inclusion of a parameter, and the others via different method names. As user allows you to specify the user the broadcast will be sent to. Ordered delivers the intent to receivers one at a time. Sticky allows the intent to stay around after the broadcast is complete. And receiver permission allows an optional required permission to be enforced. And a simple example of a send broadcast using a custom intent is shown here. First, the intent is instantiated. An action for the intent is specified. In the example here, I've used com.donkcowan.specialaction. And finally, the intent is sent via send broadcast. The intents sent by send broadcast methods are managed by the Android operating system. There are 2 groups, standard and custom. If we click the link below, we see the developer's website page for intents. If we scroll down, we see the list of standard activity actions. And below that, standard broadcast actions, and here's our action time tick intent that we used in the sample app we looked at in the previous lesson. For an example of sending a custom intent broadcast, see the example on our Sending a Broadcast graphic. And for more information on intents, please review this page with the link here from the developer's website and also our previous lesson on intents. Broadcasts can be received by any broadcast receiver with an intent filter to catch their intents. We saw the code for a broadcast receiver for the action time tick in our previous lesson. So that's our lesson on broadcast receiver classes and objects, and we've now covered all 4 Android components: activities, services, content providers, and broadcast receivers. We've also addressed key topics such as the manifest, intents, listeners, threads, and asynchronous tasks. And together, these form the operational foundation for exploring additional Android capabilities in the chapters and lessons ahead.